Hey guys, it's tovarisawesome. Today I'm going to show you that I can cook, but I usually choose not to, and in no way am I an expert chef. I'm fat, so I know food. But this is like a little bit more of a healthy dish, a light stir fry, not like heavy on the vegetables, but like has a lot of vegetables to offer. The main part of it is going to be these white mushrooms that I cut up, like this, kind of. That way you get like a big thing of mushroom and you know that it's a mushroom, but it's not like tiny that it's non-existent. But that's going to be the main part of it. Then we got little tiny broccoli tops cut into like that size. We have some baby carrots that I cut into discs. I tried to keep them relatively around that thinness, but some of them got a little thicker because I was trying not to cut myself. Then we have a small handful of fresh spinach that we wetted, so it looks like canned spinach, but we just wetted it down, and then we're gonna, add that to it. And then we have some 3 cloves of garlic, I believe this was, and I minced that up so that it's small enough that it's not overpowering, but big enough that you can actually taste it in there. Then I have some shrimp that is already cooked and deshelled except for the tails. I'm going to keep the tails on because I do like the extra crunch. And before you go in the comments saying, oh, you're not supposed to eat the tails, it's not really culturally normal to eat the tails, but you can eat them. They're fine. They're safe. As long as you clean them properly and everything, you can have the tails. It's just not usually as pleasant for other people. I personally like the tails, especially when they're cooked the way that I'm going to cook them, because it makes them a little bit crispier and crunchier, and it adds crunch to the muscly, chewiness of the shrimp. It's like a big texture difference. It's not for everybody, but some people like it, some people don't. I personally do. Moving on, we have some vegetable oil that we're going to put in these pans that have been heating up for a while on a low heat. And I have some celery salt, pepper, pink salt, and this blend, which is sea salt, orange, cinnamon, and ginger. I'm going to put a little bit of each in these in there, but I'm not going to put too much that they overpower the whole meal. I really want all the flavor to come from mainly the garlic and the spinach. But mostly I want the flavor to come from this and not from this. But I do want to put enough that it does give it a little bit of a different flavor than what you usually get from this. So I'm going to pause the video real quick, get everything in the pan started, and then I'll show you what that looks like cooking wise. Okay, so I'm adding the vegetables, but they're splattering a little bit because they didn't get fully dry after being rinsed. So it's kind of like I'm actually literally throwing them very haphazardly. Just because they don't want to get burnt, and I'm trying to evenly divide the vegetables between me and my grandmother. I put about, how much would you say, a teaspoon of oil, or tablespoon of
just
oil?
Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan.
Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan in each one. Not to the point that I'm deep frying these, but enough that it gets them sizzling and everything like that. So adding all this, I'm gonna get some of the spinach. This is when it's gonna super pop. This is when it's gonna really start popping. And that's why you don't cook without a shirt on. Or pants. Definitely pants. You need pants on. Okay, let's try to get...
And you've got them on low heat.
Yes, I got both of them on low heat. So that way it's not cooking them way too fast. But yeah. And then we're going to add some of our shrimp. We're going to add it all at the same time because I want everything to be cooked around the same heat and time. I don't want, you know, some things to be hotter than others. Anyways, now I'm just gonna gently stir it around, make sure everything is spread out and getting cooked a little bit. Oh, there goes a shrimp.
It's okay. Papa will love it.
Ow.
Papa will love it. Just leave it there.
Yeah. I tried to grab it. That was a dumb idea. But yeah. Just spread them around, cook them evenly. Keep constantly like stirring them every now and then. This is when I'm gonna bring it up to about a medium heat for each one, so that way it cooks a little bit faster. Now that everything's in the pan, gonna put just like quick little thing of celery salt, because we do have fresh celery, but like when fresh celery is in there, it really takes over the dish, and it's hard to cut like celery small where it won't be that gross stringiness. So pepper is like one thing that I love to add. If my uncle is watching this, the way that he raised me was I can have only a small little shake or a pinch of salt, but pepper I can have as much as I want. And that taught me that pepper is delicious, and I love my food with a little bit of a kick to it and a lot of pepper. And pepper really helps bring out the flavor of the mushroom, and the shrimp will also taste very, you know, like give it that little kick that it needs. The salt, that's all I need of that straight salt, because this has some salt in it. Like I said, this is sea salt, orange, cinnamon, and ginger. So I'm just gonna get a small little pinch and try to spread it around the whole dish, but not too much.
Oh, they didn't come with a shaker?
No. And then now that I have all my spices in there, I'm gonna bring up the heat to about 8 on my thing, on my stove. Try to get them, you know, really cooking. There's a lot of water in it, so when you're cooking this, make sure that everything is dried off, or you don't put too much oil. Otherwise, you'll get a bunch of popping. But always make sure that you rinse off your fruits, vegetables, everything before you eat them, especially when you get them from a place like Walmart, which is where I got all this food from. Just make sure you rinse it off nice and well. But yeah, this is like a light stir fry, I would say. For people who don't really like a lot of fruits and vegetables, the shrimp really helps with that. And the mushrooms usually taste really good. Unless you're like one of those people who hates mushrooms, then I don't know what to tell you, then you're screwed. But yeah, this is really good. I used to hate mushrooms, and I tried something similar to this at a restaurant once, just to try it, and I actually loved it. So, and the main part that I loved was the mushrooms. That's why I had a lot of mushrooms. It seems like I kind of mismeasured how much shrimp I was going to use, so the shrimp really seemed to take over the dish, but that's fine, because as long as you get like a bunch of vegetables with each piece of shrimp, you should be fine. Now you see, now the shrimp is curling up, like that one right there. That one's really curled up. You want to get them as curled up as possible. and tiny, and that's when you know that you cooked them really well. I'm going to pause right here, and then we'll see what it looks like when it's fully done. Okay, so after cooking for like 7 minutes, constantly stirring, keeping an eye on it, making sure that everything's mixed together, this is what it's going to look like. Your shrimp is going to be like a brownish, golden brownish color. And then the fruits and vegetables are going to be darker, especially the broccoli. It's going to be a lot darker. So yeah, this is my grandmother's portion. This is my portion. I'm a bigger guy, so I need a little bit more. But yeah, this is about what it will look like. Now, it's up to you if you want to add rice to it. I'm trying to cut carbs, so I'm not going to have rice with mine. You can have brown rice. That's a lot healthier. And honestly, in my opinion, it tastes a lot better too. But you can have this over rice or even a pasta or something like that to add those little bit of carbs to it if you really wanted to. Other than that, I wouldn't really do much else to it. If you wanted to add like a little bit more spices, maybe add some soy sauce to it, whatever. And then eating utensil, you can eat it with chopsticks, but I think a fork would be easier since everything is kind of cut so small. But the shrimp would be easy to pick up with a chopstick because you could just stick one chopstick in that little hole right there and then grab it. But anyways, yeah, this is the dish, and grandmother is going to taste it real quick. Okay.
I want a little bit of each thing.
Yeah, you want to try to get a little bit of each element of the dish. So you want some mushroom, you want some spinach, you want some carrot. I don't see any carrot. Carrot.
There's some carrot.
Cool. That's everything that's in the dish.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The seasoning is perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. We went through our entire...
Spice rack? Oh, you don't want to piss off Alden.
We went through our whole spice rack, and he smelt all the spices and selected.
That's one thing. That's one advice.
Really good job.
That's the one advice that I give everyone. If you want to figure out what spice you want to use, just smell it. Don't go off of what it is. Just smell it, and if it smells good and smells like it works for what kind of flavor you're going to go for, do it.
Yep.
So, yeah. What would you say is your favorite part of the dish? Like if you were to pick one thing out of it.
The mushrooms or the shrimp?
The mushrooms or the shrimp. Which are the two main points of the dish.
Mm-hmm.
But any negatives to it?
I need the flavor of everything that's on the plate.
Yeah. Any negatives?
No.
No negatives?
No negatives.
No negatives.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for trying my dish.
And thank you for cooking dinner.
Yeah.
I love you. You're very close. Trying to get my eye or what?
No. You'll see.
Okay.
Anyways.
Did I have spinach in my teeth?
No. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
Please, please, please support Tovar on this journey of weight loss. Anything encouraging that you can say to him. He just joined Planet Fitness. He made the commitment. He went, met with his personal trainer. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome journey. So anything you can say or do to help keep him motivated.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woo.